Thank you for watching and welcome to this new video, and we are going to talk about RPVST, VPT protocol, access ports, PortFast, and BPDU guard. So we are going to go over everything we have discussed over the past 11 videos, and I'm just going to go over configuring all of them and see how they all work together, right? So to see how everything that I have talked about on the past 11 videos, like I said before, see how they work on this network, on this topology. So first of all, since I want to configure VTP, we have to make trunk links between the switches. And before I can do that, I should go ahead and let's name these switches. This one is going to be 1, 2, and well, let's make this 1. This is going to be 2, and this is 3. Okay, so this is going to be 1. I'm sorry, this is going to be 2. Let's go ahead and do that. Enable config t host name. It's going to be switch 2. Also, we are going to BTP the mode for this BTP is going to be, before I plug it into the other one, it's going to be transparent mode. Let's leave it like that for now. Let's go to this switch. It's going to be switch 3. Let's go ahead and configure that real quick. Let's name switch 3 BTP mode. Let's leave it as transparent mode. You know what? Let's set it up as a client mode already. Right? Let's do the other one too. Let's go back to this one. Instead of transparent mode, let's set it up to client already. There it is. Let's go back here. Let's make this switch 1, and it's going to be the server mode. Host name S1. So it's going to be S1, which is the server. All right, the VTP server. It's going to be S2. This is S3. Okay, let me see. I think I did this. Yep, S3. So that's good. And for this one, the VTP I don't have to configure because the VTP, the switch has default is a VTP server. So we can take a look at that to verify VTP status. Let's see what it is. And it is a server. Here it is. It doesn't have a domain yet. So let's go ahead and configure that. The domain name we're just going to call it Cisco. Config T, VTP domain, Cisco. Make sure that it's all lowercase because this is case sensitive. And let's also set up a password. Let's call it Cisco. There it is. Let's do that for the rest. VTP domain, Cisco, VTP password, Cisco. Let's do that here too. VTP domain, Cisco, VTP password, Cisco. There it is. This is good. All good, all good. So now let's start doing those trunks. And we gotta use crossover cables. Fast Ethernet switch. That's 1 and 1. This is gonna be 2 and 2. And this is gonna be 3 and 3. Even though one of them is going to go down due to a loop, because we're going to prevent a loop. So one of them is going to go down. And let's see. We are going to label this. It's very good to label. It's going to be easier for us to configure. Here it is. This is going to be 3. And we already know that there's one link already disabled, and this one was enabled. So I have to configure this as a trunk link, and this one as a trunk link. And let's go ahead and do that. From here, we are going to go to interface fast Ethernet 0/2, I believe. Yep, this is it, this one. And let's make it a trunk link so we can send over or VTP packets. So we're going to switch port mode trunk. There it is, that's good. And let's just copy that so we can just do a copy and paste interface 0/3, paste it right there. Here it is. That's going to be a trunk. Okay, so that's all set up. All we have to do is let's configure the RPVST plus, and we have to do that on every single one of the switches. And I believe well, it went up. Okay, so let's go spanning tree, leave mode, RP, right? Let me see. Yep, rapid. Here it is. Let's copy this and paste it on the other ones. Let's go here first. Paste. Here it is. Rapid PVST. And on this one as well. Paste rapid PVST. Okay, so that's done. The VTP's trunk links and all that is done. We just need to create the VLANs on the server. Let's go ahead and create VLAN 10 and VLAN 20. That's good. So now let's make sure that we receive those VLANs. Show VLAN. There we go. We got VLAN 10 and VLAN 20. So that's good. So our PVST was configured. The VTP was also configured. So let's go ahead and configure those access port. And this one is, I believe, G at 20 and 10 because of VLAN 20 and 10. That's how I configure for all of them. This is VLAN 10 and VLAN 20. And same as for those two. So let's go ahead and start on switch 2, config, terminal, interface, fast Ethernet CLSS 10, switch port, mode, access, switch port, access, VLAN 10. Okay. I'm sorry, VLAN, I didn't put the VLAN 10. Here it is. That is done. So access to VLAN. Now let's do the same for 20, but let's put that on VLAN 20, right? Mode access, VLAN 20. There it is. That's configured. That's good. Let's do the same for switch 3, right? Let's go to interface 10, switch port mode access, switch port access VLAN 10. Let's do the same for this one. Now I can just go up access, switch it to 20. Let's do the same for this two on switch 1. Let's exit out of here. Interface 0, 10. Switch port mode access. Switch port access. VLAN 10. And here it is. That's good. So we should be able now to ping VLAN 10 from this side to this one and to this one. So let's go ahead and see if we can ping. So ping. Let's ping this one first. 192.168.10.2. Here it is. We're able to ping that one because it's on the same VLAN, and we should be able to ping 4 as well. There it is. So we are able to ping those, and let's see if we can ping VLAN 20. So it's going to be ping 192.168.20. Let's ping 4 first. There it is. That's good. Working amazing. Now let's do this computer right here. And here it is. It is working. So that means that the computers are in the VLAN and the correct VLANs, all of them. So that's good. So next, I want to configure that PortFast, and PortFast is to they're only supposed to be enabled on access port. So we have to configure on VLAN 10, right? And on that interface, which is 0/10 and 0/20 for every single switch. So let's go ahead and do that. This is interface, yeah, it is interface 20. Let's start with 20, spanning tree, and let's do PortFast enable. I believe right now. Let's see. Yep, just PortFast. And here it is configured. Now let's do that B, BPD, BPDU guard, and this one is enabled. Okay, here you go. That's good. Now let's do the same for VLAN 10 or for that interface 10. Just enable PortFast and BPDU guard enable. It's good. If we even want to, we can just copy that. Do the same for switch 1 and switch 2. So this is interface 20. Let's make sure that we are on the right one. I just want to do it. Here it is. PortFast and now spanning tree. BPDU guard enable it. That's good. Let's do the same for 10. PortFast and now BPDU guard. Good. Now let's just copy this one and do the same for switch 2, which is the last one. And make sure that we are in 20, right? And then let's do a spanning tree, PortFast, that's enabled. And now let's do this, the BPDU guard enabled as well. Now let's go to 10, PortFast, and BPDU guard. And if you guys remember what BPDU guard is, it just makes sure that we are using it on an access port and not on a trunk, or that it's not sending BPDU guards, because BPDU packets are sent between switches. So if I go ahead and let's see, let's cancel that. If I use a hacker comes into my network and wants to plug in a switch so he can hack the network, that's going to prevent that. It's going to disable it. So you're going to see this right now. If I go to an interface and then if I plug it into interface 20, it's going to disable that because it's going to send a BPDU packet. There it is, and the BPDU guard is going to protect that. It's going to disable that interface. So this is all for this tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.